Back with another video. I'm gonna start looking at these small YouTube creators, or so-called small YouTube creators on YouTube. Just go down a rabbit hole of just content creating, and just react to just a lot of videos of average people, normal people, real people, real situations. Um, it says, "I hated my job, my life. I now know why." So let's get into
I thought I was gonna be something. I thought for the longest time that I thought I was something. I graduated high school early. I came to the US. I was studying computer science. I was an international student. I had an internship. I thought I was gonna be someone. And now I've gone through a very humbling process that, I'm just one person out of a billion people out there in this world. And everyone's life is so different. And there is just no use envying someone. There's no use being jealous.
that's kind of normal for kids that grew up like in a good environment, like high school, something like that. They might have been like a good athlete, smart, the smartest, top of the class. My situation, I graduated high school when I was 17, and I was doing credit college classes in my junior year and senior year. So I wasn't necessarily like arrogant as far as book smarts and stuff go, because I already knew what I kind of wanted to do as far as going to college and stuff like that. I still was like humble. I never really made that like define me. But some kids, some like teenagers, they will get arrogant. Like, and I seen it, and it happens, and they get humble. And like when you graduate high school, you go back to them people 4 or 5 years, and you see where they at. Some of them did make it. Some of them not even in school, not even didn't even finish, didn't even not even in college no more. None of it. Like life happens. Like life happens quick.
Of someone. It's not what I do, it's how I live. It's the behavior that I take on for myself. Nothing's gonna change. Even if you switch jobs, even if you go to a different side of the company, even if you wander around the world, if your attitude doesn't change, you're not gonna change either. I had this hard realization over the years. I was blaming myself the things I didn't have. Out of this entire picture, I was only focused on my blemishes, and that kept me going nowhere. I was just stuck in this darkness, just huddling around, just chasing my own tail and making excuses for the reasons that I was an international student. I didn't have the emotional or the physical backups. Am I focused in the now? Am I focused on what's ahead, or am I focused on the current moment? Living as a foreigner, I've been always searching for something beyond the horizon. I was constantly seeking ways for me to get settled, to have a status, to have a working job. And I was never fully satisfied. Never. I wasn't satisfied with my pay. I wasn't satisfied with the people that I was working with. I wasn't satisfied about my working environment. I wasn't satisfied with the location. I wasn't satisfied with the people around me. And all these different things, they weighed me down. They weighed me down and they made me look for other options. But this constant cycle of me looking for other options, seeking a different job, telling myself there must be something out there. There's just come a point where I'm just, okay, you know what? I'm done. A friend once told me, companies are like boyfriends. There are 100 men out there, but you are only gonna get to know one company at a time. Just like you are only gonna date one boyfriend. You can check out different companies, but you can just have one boyfriend. And you're never gonna know what it's like to date that person unless you actually go on a date. And likewise, you never know what it's gonna be like to work at a company.
Another thing too, man. Like watch out for these girls and women that be like, watch out for these women that be having these rings on their fingers. They be having these rings on their actual ring fingers. You got both on both hands. Like that's giving out mixed signals. Like if you single, you're not married, and you're a woman, don't be having no ring on your ring finger. like, and you trying to look, and you trying to get a man, or you trying to get a partner or something like that, like you giving mixed signals to the man, like don't do that.
until you're fully there working. You're never gonna know what it's like to be on the job just by the job description or just by calling the recruiter or the hiring manager. And up until now, I thought it was the companies that were the problem. I thought, oh, this one's not structured. Oh, this one seems boring. Oh, this job, ugh. And I kept seeking out blemishes as I was interviewing, as I was on the job. In each job, I thought, oh, this company, it's a no no for me again. But even if there's a
Like I understand that's not a wedding band, but if I'm just walking down the street and I'm glimpsing, I happen to just glimpse a man, gonna be like, oh, okay, she probably married, especially if it's on the left hand. Like, so he not going, you know what I mean? He still might do what he want to do, but I'm just saying, like, if you single and you not married, don't be having no ring finger on your left hand, or don't be having no rings on the ring finger. Like, ain't nobody about to be, you know what I'm saying? They take a glimpse at it. Okay, they just gonna be like, all right, like, ain't nobody about to be staring at your hand to see if it's on the right hand, if it's a wedding band and all that. Like, y'all women got to take that in consideration.
100 men out there. There's just two factors in those relationships. It's the boyfriend and I. For the relationships between boyfriends to be healthy, I gotta be in a healthy standard first. And I've gained this realization that even with companies, I need to be at a good standing. I need to keep on developing my skills. I need to be hardworking. I gotta maximize my potential. Really own this role that I have as if I'm a company myself. I was always working in the mindset where I was like, oh, I'm an employee, so I might just get the bang for my buck. I'm just gonna do what's given to me and I'm not gonna try further on. This mindset has been deteriorating. It's never made my life to the fullest. Yes, I have a dream of being financially free, and that means not being tied to any companies, but I need to be healthy to stand up for myself. So until I can reach that goal, I feel like God is teaching me that this time is a time of patience. This is something that I need to learn to endure, to enjoy doing. As someone who always seeks stability, it's so easy to try to lay out all my timeline and imagine that my life will just drift magically like how I've prepared to be. But no, life never happens in that way. This world is just a mixture of people's behavior, people's psychology, people's mind, and it all works together.
Yeah, I peeped that too. I peeped that too. Like I peeped that it's not gonna happen. Like boom, boom, boom. Like you're set up. Once you're set up, it just takes a couple of moves, or like one move, like one come up on some little bit of money, one push, and boom, your life still can change. But on average, I believe God makes you wait. He gonna make you wait. Like this gonna be your season of just becoming a better person. It's gonna build your character. So when you actually do make it, you'll know how to manage it. You'll be grateful for that blessing. Like that's what I can come to realize over the past 2 years. Um, like it's not gonna happen sometimes for I only can talk for me. It's not gonna happen straight like that. Like God gonna hold you back. He gonna hold you because you just need one or two moves and you there at your goal. But he gonna test you. So and you just be patient because I mean you in your early 20s. She's probably in her early 20s. So we probably the same age. So that's what happens to people that are you know what I'm saying ambitious at a young age. I believe you're gonna get held back because it's like you need to grow more. You need to grow. So that's what I think God is doing in a lot of people's lives that are trying to become entrepreneurs, um, and trying to have multiple streams of income, doing stuff like that and be financially free, like she said. So
Together. There's not a thing that I can control fully. And what I can control fully is myself. If there's a problem, the problem is you, has somewhat of a truth in it. I've always blamed the fact that me living a tough life was due to me being an international student, but it's really not. Everyone has his or her difficulties. And everyone has his or her own happiness too. And that's what makes us go every single day. I just wanted to say this for it to be a reminder and for people who are going through a hard time, whether they're laid off, whether their company isn't the right fit. I know what it's like. You might be having a harder time than I am, honestly. But I think it's a time for me to be humble because the feeling that I'm not content with whatever I'm given is kind of based off of the pride that, oh, I don't deserve this. Oh, I deserve something better. Being in this mindset is not healthy for me. It's so hard to get out of this mindset, but always by remembering Coram Deo, living fullest in the moment, I want to live a series of days, weeks, months, and years being fulfilled of what I do every single day. I want a life that when I look back at my past days, I want to say, oh, I lived well. That's how I want to engineer my life as I'm trying to shift gears and walk in the path of being both financially free but also mentally healthy. I kind of blabbered on. I hope you have a good one.
yeah, shout out to this content creator right here. That's a good video. Yeah, and I agree. What she said about you have to be humble. Uh, yeah, I believe that if you truly fear God, you're gonna be humble, and you're not gonna be prideful because that's what Lucifer was. He was prideful. You're not gonna be prideful. You're not gonna be arrogant. And you're gonna humble yourself before God. Like you're gonna fear God. I think if you don't have a crazy ego like me, I don't have no. Everybody has an ego, right? But me, like I don't really care about all that. Like I'm me. Like I don't need no ego. I don't need no alter ego. I don't need to be arrogant. I don't need to act like I'm somebody that I'm not. Like you don't have to do none of that because at the end of the day, nobody really care. No way. So you need to drop all that and just be yourself. Just be authentic. But yeah, shout out to her. Like that's a good video. It's a real video, short video, good reaction time. So